Red Bun means we're live, a casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So, if you don't like the Kansas City Chiefs, man, well, I got news for you because get used to it. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be on your TV pretty much every single Sunday. They released their schedule yesterday to reveal that they have seven freaking prime time games this season. Not only is that the most by any team in the league this year outright, it's the most by any team in a single season ever. 7 more than the Cowboys. Here's the amount of primetime games by team. Of course, I said Kansas City has 7, but Dallas is right behind them with 6. And there's a cluster of teams at 5. Miami, Atlanta, Detroit, Philly, Washington, Buffalo, Chargers, and 49ers. But the Chiefs stand alone at 7 primetime games this year. It is clear that the Chiefs are now the NFL's new favorite toy, not the Cowboys anymore. I mean, no one ever has more primetime games than Dallas. Not more than Jerry's World. Not more than a team with their franchise quarterback with that star logo on his helmet. But the Chiefs do. With the most by any team ever. I'm a huge Toy Story fan, so trust me when I say it feels a lot like Toy Story when Andy pushes Woody aside for Buzz. Buzz now drives the playtime story. And, Woody was Andy's guy for a long time. The Cowboys were the NFL's guy for a while, but in comes Buzz Lightyear, hottest toy on the market. Andy says, I want to play with that. That guy's pretty cool. Roger Goodell's doing the same thing with the Chiefs. Move over Dallas. I want to play with that. And I don't blame him because the Chiefs are now the most popular team in the league. They're the most winning team in the league. The Taylor Swift effect does a lot for it. And Mahomes, Kelsey, and Reed are in like every single commercial. You almost get sick of them, but it's true. I don't blame Roger Goodell for prioritizing the Chiefs over their old toy in Dallas. Because, listen, Roger Goodell is very calculated in everything that he does. So I found it fascinating that not only has the NFL given the Chiefs Christmas as their holiday, the Chiefs are also playing on Thanksgiving this year. Against who? The Cowboys. And Thanksgiving's the Cowboys' day. They're walking all over the Cowboys area. It's like Buzz intruding in Andy's playroom, taking over Woody's stuff. Move over, Cowboys. Here comes Kansas City. Now, if you haven't seen the Chiefs' schedule, here it is. They open the season on September 5th against the Chargers in Brazil on YouTube. I mean, the Chiefs, Netflix, YouTube, Brazil, international audiences, streaming services. Everyone wants a piece of Kansas City. But they play the Chargers, then they host the Eagles the following week at Giants, versus the Ravens, at Jags, versus the Lions, Raiders, Commanders, then at the Bills. And they have a bye on November 9th at Denver, versus the Colts, at Dallas for Thanksgiving. Then they versus the Texans, versus Chargers, at Tennessee, versus the Broncos. That's a Christmas Netflix game. And then at the Raiders. Dude, I mean, that first half of the season alone, it's like Sunday night football games, ESPN, it's YouTube Thursday night games. They're the first team to ever have 5 primetime games in the first 8 weeks. I mean, I'm not saying that they're America's team. Like Nick Wright and some Chiefs fans on Twitter are saying that now the Chiefs have taken the baton. I don't think so yet, because I think to be America's team, like the Yankees or the Lakers, you have to have decades of relevance. I think the Chiefs are more like the Bulls of the 90s or the Warriors of the 2010s. They're the hottest team in the league, but as soon as Mahomes, Jordan, Curry leaves, they're not going to be as irrelevant. Because, when the Yankees or Lakers, as soon as they become the top of the league, they're the most talked about team, most popular. Same with the Cowboys. Cowboys become a Super Bowl contender. They're right back at the top. But the Chiefs are surely the hottest team in the league right now, and the league's treating it like it. I don't even think the Patriots dynasty was this popular, because I wasn't old enough for the first Patriots dynasty in the early 2000s, but I was around for that second dynasty in the 2010s. I don't remember the Patriots with Brady, Gronk ever having more primetime games than Dallas. But here's the Chiefs coming off a Super Bowl loss. They have 2 more primetime games than the champion Philadelphia in the Eagles market with a bunch of recognizable faces. But the league wants a piece of Kansas City. I found it interesting that Kansas City, the last 2 years, they were coming off Super Bowls, but they never had more primetime games than Dallas. In 23, they had 6, so did Dallas. And in 24, Kansas City had 5. They had 1 less primetime game after coming off a 2-peat than Dallas. Kansas City had less than the Jets. But now, after losing the Super Bowl, Kansas City is still rising in popularity that the league has no choice but to pass Dallas and give Kansas City the most popular slots in the sport. I mean, hey, when they got the most watched Super Bowl ever, they got Taylor Swift on their side, they got the most commercials, most popular players in the league. All they do is win. I don't blame Roger Goodell going over to Dallas and treating him like Woody, like, yeah, I don't want to play with you anymore. Bring in Buzz Lightyear with the, the psh, psh, psh. Yeah, that's like Patrick Mahomes' arm. The wings are like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Yeah, I want to play with that now, not Dallas. But let me know what you guys think about the Kansas City Chiefs schedule. I appreciate everyone for tuning into this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social media, stay updated on all things related to the show. Until next time, see you.